Hey, what's up? This is Damien from Angelwolfstudios, and this is going to be another shop vlog update. Okay, so first off, I really want to start doing more of these. The only reason why I haven't been able to do these in the past couple of weeks, I will be getting to in a moment. One reason, of course, everybody knows about, and the couple of I've only been posting on Facebook about recently because I was in a little panic on my own. So, um, okay, so yeah, I want to do these at least two times a month, just to say what's been going on in the shop, if I've gotten anything new, or if anything new is going on, or if I'm doing any new projects, whatever. Um, but like I said, that has been held up, and of course, by the first thing that's been holding it up is the coronavirus. Um, we are all trying to socially distance ourselves, so that we can decrease or slow down the spread of the coronavirus. Um, which the spread of it to me is a little confusing, um, as far as where some people have been contracting it from, or who they've been contracting it from. But that's a totally different story. So with this coming out, um, there's always the work as far as, do you have enough? Because way before way before we were told, no large groups over 10 people, and then being 6 feet apart from each other. Um, like, things were disappearing from the shelves. So I was kind of worried that I wasn't going to be able to, restock my pantry or my cabinets at that time. Then, of course, I have, older parents, older family members, and I'm just making sure that they're taking the precautions, to keep themselves from contracting it, because I do have a few people in my family that are most likely to contract the virus if they come in contact with it. So yeah, there's a problem there. So I'm not panicking like everybody, like a lot of people have been. It's just I have been, how you say, being cautious as I can be. Washing my hands, trying to disinfect everything. Of course, that's not going to help my family any because nobody comes here. So, I'm not as affected as everybody else because I live alone. I work alone. So I don't have employees that I had to let go, or I don't have anybody coming here on a regular basis that will bring anything in. So, but I do still pick up a disinfectant wipe over here and there. If you run out of disinfectant wipes, I did put up a video on TikTok, and I'm probably going to post other places soon, just in case, because I really don't know what's going on store-wise. I have no idea what that was, but it sounded really bad on this. One second. Non-essential places are closing completely, for the most part. I saw a post from, I think it was Bath and Body Works, where they were closing down, but then they're paying their people, which is good. But then there are other places that are not paying their people, which is kind of bad. There's also the worry because of the coronavirus and because the business is closing down, like all over the U.S., all over the world, really, where businesses like mine, small businesses like mine, we are worried that we might not survive this epidemic or pandemic, which is, I guess, it's just relative because You know, for like especially for me, people need money in order to buy my wares. Um, it's just, you know, the way things are. If nobody has money, if nobody has money coming in, then I don't have money coming in. So, so that's always a worry. But there are things in place that I have been trying to check into to rectify that. So, as far as what you feel is a necessary, an essential business, really, you would have to think as far as um, do you frequently use these businesses? Like going to the grocery store, essential business. Getting food or, you know, nourishing yourself. That is a business that just does, that serves you, will be an essential business. Um, so think about things like that. Home Depot, Lowe's, um, I think also Harbor Freight. I think all of the hardware stores are still considered essential businesses because when you're going there to get things to fix your house, if you can't fix things in your house or in your car or wherever, then other things become impossible for yourself, for you, and you don't really want to do that. But otherwise, to an extent, you decide what is an essential business and what's not. Now let's go on to the next reason why it's been a while since I've done this. Um, so, along with the coronavirus, we have what I like to call the yellow green death powder season, which is just pollen. I am allergic to pollen. Every time I come out here to work on anything, I actually have to use my shop vac to blow everything out that way so that um, I don't wind up touching any of it. And I usually have a brush out here that I usually brush down surfaces along with that just in case. Um, if I touch any of that, I start itching. And of course, at least once during the time that I'm out here, I, for some reason, touch my face, and I'm usually around my eyes, and then I'm out for the count. So before I do anything out here, I have to clean that first in order to be able um, to do anything. Now, besides the allergies, the one allergy that I really definitely had to avoid, uh, and yes, avoid, is the allergy that I have from flying nope stickers. Flying nope stickers being wasps, bees, and anything of that sort. I'm allergic to them, and for some reason, my neighbor's house was swarmed with them. Um, their son came over, they knocked off like a couple of really huge wasp nests off the house, and they said there might be a couple on the other side of the house, you know. But as they were spreading, um, they were coming over to my area here because this is all open air. They were coming over to my area here, and they were just all over the place. The first day, I think it was last Monday, maybe, or Tuesday. I don't know. I would have to look because I did post something in Facebook about it. There were like 30 wasps just hanging out. And then my doors right here. This is the door that I come in and out of my workshop with. Of course, I usually also use this to leave the house. I don't use my front door um, very much, but coming out of here, there is a nail or a hook or whatever on my ceiling, and they were trying to build a nest there. And of course, if they build a nest right in front of the door where I'm coming in and out of, I have a problem. So, so the top priority was getting them out. And of course, when I mention this on Facebook, then I have a bunch of people. A couple of them are really good friends, and they don't want me to kill these wasps because they are pollinators, which is true. They are. Paper wasps, they're the ones with they kind of, can't even explain what they look like. But if you've seen wasps, it's usually a paper wasp that you're seeing. Um, they're not aggressive unless you come near or agitate the nest. Otherwise, if you just, like say spray water or something along the lines near them, they just go away. Um, so I've been trying my best to do just that, just to get them to go away. Um, this took me all week. Okay, I even had somebody come over. They brought some wasp spray over, but they weren't like targeting the wasps, just where they were around where they were, which got rid of most of them. Except there were just two that just kept coming back, and they kept coming back here trying to build. So what I did was I let them build just a little bit, and then shooed them away, and then I sprayed a wasp spray on top of that. This way they are no longer interested in that spot. Um, I'm hoping they consider that an abandoned nest, quote unquote, because they never go back to their own nests. And besides that, yeah, rain has not been very nice to me either. Even though it's doing me the favor of washing all this yellow green death powder away, which not doing it in here, it's just doing it out there. But that has also put a damper on things as far as getting things done. I'm trying to get these. I have 3 tables that I'm trying to get done. I really wanted to have them done by today, but of course, coronavirus, wasp, allergies, and all that have put a halt on most of that. I have been coming out here and doing what I can until I just can't bear being out here anymore. And except for the time when the wasps were out here, where I wasn't out here at all. There was no way I was coming out here with wasps being out here. I do not want to risk getting stung. I cannot afford an EpiPen or anything like that. So yeah, that's a nope. All right. So now, things going on with the channel itself. I'm changing up things. I never really wanted this to be a woodworking channel per se. But there have been a lot of questions or a lot of people asking, hey, when are you going to post some woodworking videos? So here's the answer to that. As far as woodworking videos are concerned, it's going to be something that is going to have to be supported, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort to set up cameras. Even though I'm only using cell phones as my cameras, I still have to set them up in the right places so that I can get good shots of what I'm doing, and also so that you can be able to see exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So for that, I am going to be working on my Patreon page again. And as far as my Patreon page is again, going to be, you can just give $1, you can give $5, it doesn't matter. Every little bit counts. But starting at well, it's not even starting at any tier. But as soon as I reach a certain goal, I'm going to come up with certain goals as far as how many woodworking videos I'll put out per month. When I reach the first goal is going to be 1 video a month, of course, 2 videos a month, 3 videos a month, 4 videos a month. I think I'll cap it at 8. Yeah, I'll cap it at 8. But again, for me to be able to do the woodworking videos, it takes a lot of preparation, a lot of editing, so I need support for that in order to be able to do that. Otherwise, I will be posting, like, say, I have a video that I want to be posting coming up about how to use UPS efficiently to your needs. Um, as far as my videos on what I've learned, I'm going to consider that woodworking videos because they are going to be about things that I've learned during the process of my woodworking. So, um, so those are going to be considered also under the Patreon goals. Um, at first, when it's just once a month that I'm being supported on, then I will just choose which one to do, either a full build or um, or the what I've learned videos. If once it gets to two, then I will just be setting it up on a specific day. Either like we'll say Wednesdays. This is just random, and probably not going to be this, but we'll just say Wednesday would be my what I've learned day, and Friday will be the day of my full builds. Um, hey, that fits actually. Wednesday, what I've learned. Friday, full. Yeah, that works. Maybe I'll do that. And there is a sale going on if you go to my website. It's angelwolfstudios.com. If you go to my website, there is a sale going on. If you still do want to purchase something, it's 10% off of everything, 20% off of tables, but that's excluding the 4x4 table and excluding the coffee table. Everything else above that are 20% off. And if you pick it up right here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, which is probably not suggested at the time, but if you do decide that you would like to pick it up, I will give you an extra 10% off on top of that. So if you do pick it up, like if you pick up your table, then you get 30% off as of right now. And this is going on for now until Easter, which is the middle of April. Another way that you can support the channel as for would be to buy T-shirts. This is one of my T-shirt designs. It's called Make in America. You'll find them in white on black and white on black or white on dark colors, black on light colors, and there's a couple other designs with my logo on the front and one on the back. So choose what you want, and there will be more coming soon. There should be a link in the description down below where you can go straight to the T-shirt shop and start picking the T-shirts that you want, and they go up to 5XL. Because I do know I'm not a small person, and I'm not expecting everybody else to be smaller than me in order to get a T-shirt. That's the one thing I always hated is like people put out merchandise, but they don't think that there are some people that support them that are not petite. And 3XL is definitely not a size. If it's something that I can't wear, I'm not just going to give it to you. So I'm going to make sure that everybody is able to wear the merchandise that I'm able to put on. So you can go from small, I think it's from small, all the way up to 5XL on most of the designs. Anyway, so I'm also opening up a new channel because there's some content that I really want to do, and I'm trying to do my best to make time for it. And what I'm going to do is it's going to be starting out with a podcast. And the name of the podcast is The Druid Table. Now, this is going to be fully encompassing everything that has to do with tabletop gaming. Either miniatures, painting, crafting, terrain, reviewing games, talking about game companies, if I can get any information on some of them, things like that. Interviewing people, play testing games, and hopefully someday I will also have some content as far as just showing you how to play games, tabletop games. and doing that with a group of people. But that obviously will have to come in when the coronavirus thing is over. Um, Also, some things that I do on the podcast might not be something that I regularly do on the podcast. Um, so, some of the things that I do on the podcast might become their own video series later on. So, for example, I might only do a full podcast on painting minis or minis in general. Um, so we'll say if people are more interested in learning how to paint minis, then I'll make that a complete series. If people just want to know where to get minis, then I'll make that its own series. You know, things like that. Otherwise, it would be a complete full podcast, you know, about 1 hour long, just about minis, for example. So, um, that is all so far. Of course, like I said, if I have anything else, I will make another video in 2 weeks. Um, and because I want to make sure that I have enough to talk about. I don't want to just come on here and say, hey, guess what? I'm making a table, because that's usually what I'm making doing anyway. Also, oh, yes, I do want to. I am going to be doing some smaller projects that are not involving gaming tables soon, and I'm probably going to leave that as well for the woodworking content for Patreon, and I will be doing my best to record that, so that I can give that to you once we reach that goal. Um, Also, if you are, especially if you are in the Fayetteville area, Fayetteville and the surrounding areas, I'll say, if you need anything done as far as something built, be it a set of nightstands, or if you would like a new dining table that's not the same as the tables that I usually already make, or if you want anything built that's something that can be built out of wood for your home during this time that you're staying home, no worries. Please contact me. I will do that for you. As long as I have the tools, I can build it. And then what we'll do is we will arrange either pickup or um, or delivery. Either way, but either way, if it's going to be delivery, it'll be me with somebody taking me there to you with their truck, because I don't have a truck yet. um, which is another ultimate goal of getting some more support going in. Because I do want to grow this business. I do not want to just be me. I do want to be able to hire a couple of people. I know there's some people that are going to wind up out of a job, possibly permanently, throughout this coronavirus thing. So I do want to pick up a couple of these people and make sure they have money coming in. So the more you support me, the more I can support them as well. All right. So we'll catch you in the next video, hopefully in 2 weeks. All right. You have a good one.